not my demographic. It was really, really hard. So that's how I got into gerontology, and one of my favorite hobbies of the moment is poi, fire poi. I actually have a pair in my desk, and sometimes I take a little break and go outside if I need some fresh air. And also, the horses, I worked last summer in Iceland with taking out trail rides, so that's right.
Okay, my name is Shiva, and I'm a second-year PhD student. I work with Eileen Crimmins. I got my bachelor's in psychology from UCLA, and my master's in biology from Cal State Northridge. And all my research was in neuroscience, and I was interested in memory and cognition, so that's how I got interested in gerontology. And something interesting, I also took poi classes like Felicia, like poi too. And there is actually a university in Japan that does gerontology. Grace and I did an internship there this summer, Nihon University. So yeah, I guess that's it. And now my new favorite Japanese word is sugoi.
What does it mean?
It means like wow.
Hi. I'm Maria Siciliano. I'm a second-year PhD student. I became interested in gerontology. Actually, when I was a little girl, I was really close to my grandparents. And then as an adult, my parents are in their 80s, and my mom has had a lot of health problems, and my dad's been caring for her, and I help on the side care for both of them. And so that's how I ended up in this program. I'm an avid swimmer like this person in front of me. I forgot her name. We're going to have to talk. But an interesting little fact of which I'm very proud is I was born in Washington, D.C. in the district. I'm a true native Washingtonian, not born in Virginia or Maryland. And that may not mean anything to you, but those people online know what I'm talking about.
So,
yeah, right.
You can't vote, right? You can't vote, right?
Hi, my name is David. I'm starting the MSG program. And I got my first master's degree here in visual anthropology and used that to get into documentary film, where I quickly got typecast into World War I and World War II and Holocaust documentaries. But that meant a lot of work with older people, veterans and survivors, and that gave me an interest in the subject. And then I had to, past couple of years, take my mother through the system, hospitals and rehab, and I just looked at that and thought, wow, this could be done a whole lot better. So that's how I got here.
Hi, my name is Tricia Partridge, and I'm a second-year MSG student. What brings me here is my background is nursing. I'm an RN, and my favorite population to care for has always been the elderly. And more recently, I've been involved in employee and health safety training at a local firm. I have 3 children. Anyway, I just can't wait to get finished with this and probably go into, I'm hoping, administrative work at a facility that has continuum of care, hopefully maybe with the Carmelites. And an interesting fact, it's not all that interesting, but I do sing on Monday evenings, 3 Mondays a month. I sing with the City of Hope Singers, and we sing for the cancer patients, and we are the only outside group allowed into the wards. And we just sing a whole repertoire, from 20s, 30s, all the way through to the popular tunes.
Let's get you to sing for us at a break.
Hey, I'm Sam, and I'm a first-year MSG student. And I first became interested in gerontology when I did an internship at a nursing home. And my first day there, within I'd say 15 minutes. One of the elderly women that lived there came up to me and told me her roommate was 100, and she thought it was about time somebody euthanized her. And that just made me really interested in roommate relationships and how they affect the mental health of people as they age. Because, I mean, a lot of people, when you get married or you're spending your life with someone, you spend so much time choosing who you're going to live with. But then when you go to a nursing home, you're pretty much whatever room's open. So I kind of like to research that and maybe try and find a better system so that people can be matched with people they like and don't want smothered. But also, an interesting fact, my hometown has a live bait machine in it, like a vending machine, but with worms. And we also have a cow statue with cowboy boots that's like tethered to a tree. I don't know why it's tethered. It's not walking anywhere, but if it ever tries, it's not going to be able to.
What town is it?
It's just like a plastic cow outside of an ice
Oh,
cream.
what town is it?
Oh, Northeast Maryland. It's really small. It's right near the Chesapeake Bay. Yeah. We're high class.
I would have bet on Texas or Oklahoma or something.
I'm Kyla. I'm in my second year of the MSG program. I became interested in gerontology when I was hired at the age of 14 to work in a retirement home. And I am from Canada, where I got my undergrad degree in gerontology.
Where in Canada?
In Ontario, in a small town between Toronto and Niagara Falls.
Okay.
Maria was just laughing politely there as I said, but that's not interesting to Kyla being from Canada. I think Kyla knows I'm teasing.
Shame on you.
She better know I'm teasing. I am Asher. I am a early mid-career readjusting person. I have a, whatever you want to call it, I have a master's in molecular biology from MIT, which I'm fervently not managing to use. And I, right before that, and for much longer after that, I was a science educator, a high school science teacher, and a middle school instructional materials developer for students and, in some ways, primarily for their teachers. And in recent years, I've worked increasingly with older people in the context of classical music. I've been a clarinetist for years. I got into singing and wound up becoming a choral conductor and also an instrumental chamber music coach. And many of the people out there finding the time to enjoy classical music, though they're not professionals, are older people. So that got me thinking about adjusting my focus from the young to across the lifespan. So I'm interested exactly what context I want to work in, I'm not sure yet, but I'm interested in transgenerational or intergenerational learning that is not necessarily within families. Everything from very creative type work to maybe more formal reasoning. The young helping the old and the old helping the young. And what's interesting about me is probably that I am about to become the first fully able-bodied resident of the assisted living portion of essentially a continuing care retirement community. It's sort of linked to USC. I'll tell you more about it later. It's a new program, but there's a similar program that's been going at Kingsley Manor for years that someone here, if she wants to tell us about it, is moving into. Yeah, chocolate, professional sports, despite the money, not just classical music.
Hi, I'm Carrie. I'm a first-year PhD in gerontology. I really don't know where my interest in aging came from. It's definitely not focused on gerontology. I started out studying children and looking at studies on stress and asthma in children and pediatric obesity. And I found myself here because I'm interested in health disparities and looking at why it is that children's socioeconomic status is so predictive of later life health outcomes, even when they achieve the same income and education in later life as their peers. So something interesting about me is that I originally flunked out of my undergrad in the Clinton years and decided to get a technical job in the Army and found myself quickly in Iraq. And I shoot 39 out of 40 with the M16A2 rifle.